So in our last podcast, we did kind of the conventional awards that are always out, the MVPs, offensive players. But I think we should touch on like different awards, something that's not really given out at an NFL ceremony since we're a quarter of the way through the season for everybody but the Titans. I think we should try to kind of see just a different way of looking at the NFL. So we came up with a dozen awards, the Baker's dozen awards that I think are pretty fun. So you ready to get started?
Let's fucking do it. Baker's dozen.
All right. The first award is the most devastating pitch and catch combo. I guess the best wide receiver or quarterback wide receiver duo. What do you got?
Okay, so for the most devastating pitch and catch combo, I took this award very literally, and I went with Keelan Allen pitching it to Austin Eckler and dropping that pitch, which would have been the game-winning touchdown to beat them, or to beat the was it the Chiefs? No, who the hell is it?
The Panthers.
Yeah, to beat the Panthers. That was very devastating. That would have been an incredible play to win the game, but they dropped that pitch and catch, so I'm going with that one.
Yeah, that is actually a great pitch and catch, devastating one. I didn't take it as literally as you. I took it figuratively and said Wilson to DK Metcalf.
Okay.
Honestly, it could really be Wilson to anybody because it's just crazy what he's doing up there. The next one is the best comeback. What do you got?
Okay, so this one I did the Chicago Bears versus the Falcons. Just not so much that the Nick Foles comeback was crazy by any means, but I think just the timing of it, because they just blew the lead to the Cowboys. And then the next week they're like, okay, it happens. I get it. We'll take your memes. We'll take your jokes. And then they just go and do the same shit. So to me, I just think that not so much because it was Nick Foles and the whole Mitch Trubisky thing, but just the timing of that comeback to me, I'll give it to that.
All right, yeah, I was really between two of them. It was that one and, like you mentioned, the Cowboys one before. I guess I'm gonna give it to the Cowboys just because you picked that one, just so we don't have the same thing. But yeah. Best unit. The unit.
Okay, so for me, for the best unit is Derrick Henry. He's about 240 pounds, 6'4". He's an absolute unit. So I'm going with him. He's been crushing the league for a couple of years now, and everybody fears being 6 feet. And that's what's crazy when we're going back to the Corona thing. You have to be 6 feet apart from Derrick Henry because he'd kill you if you're trying to tackle him up close. So the fact that the Titans are willing to get that close to Derrick Henry, it's pretty scary. So I'm going Derrick Henry. He's a unit all by himself. So.
Oh, man, that's good. I think I'm going to give a shout out to the Bills fans here, just so they all don't think I hate them. I'm going to say the Bills offensive line.
That's good, though.
Because Josh Allen has all day to throw, and Bills fans will realize just how good Josh Allen is if one of those players gets injured.
Yeah, their line's been protecting him well.
Yeah. Best cover man. I guess this can be safety, corner, even like good linebackers. I mean, Miles Jack had a great coverage last week.
Yeah. This one I'm going with just a very traditional one, safe one here. Stephon Gilmore. I just think he's been playing at upper level of last year, and he's kind of continuing it this year. So I'm going Stephon Gilmore. He's up there in my books for top corner.
Yeah, I mean he's apparently he's caught COVID himself, and he covered Patrick Mahomes so good that he might have given it to him.
Yeah, I saw he whispered something in his ear that who knows what it was. But
I actually went with kind of like you, except I went with Casey Hayward. I think he's probably underrated, but he's really locking down on those receivers.
Yeah, he's definitely underrated. Okay, that's a good one.
Since we talked about COVID, who do you think had the best mask of 2020?
Oh, so far, John Gruden. The dude put a pirate patch over his fucking nose, and he did not. I don't know how the hell, they didn't spread anything over there, but he definitely just took a eye patch and just put it over his mouth, and was just like, oh, I'm sick of this mask, and so I'm going with him.
Yeah, actually, I think one of their players actually did test positive, but it was just a one-off situation.
That was definitely because of Gruden.
Yeah, just trying to explain to him how to do
Spider 2 Wide Banana
yeah.
spitting all over his face, and he's like, "Dude, get an actual mask."
Throw it to the fucking fullback.
Yeah.
I went with Bill Belichick's nose mask or whatever the hell he had. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. It literally just like covered like the tip of his nose. The dude looked like a bird. So
I didn't see that
good.
one, but I saw after all the against the Chiefs games when all the COVID stuff was happening, he put on like 3 masks.
Yeah, he
couldn't even breathe. So I saw that one. But that's a good one. But
I'm actually excited. I'm excited for to see what kind of outfits he's got on his face this year.
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna hook us up with something.
So the most unclutch play.
Okay, so this one, I thought this one was a pretty easy. You probably have the same one. The Falcons' onside kick recovery.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm still baffled by it. And the best part, too, it was like there were some starters there around the football, like Julio Jones and Hayden Hurst and stuff, like starting players that you would expect to like have the awareness and wherewithal to jump on that football. That was a complete, I don't even know what to call it. That was, to me.
That was unclutch.
Yeah, that was literally as unclutch as it gets. So I'm going the Falcons for that one.
Yeah, I pretty much have that. I mean, I think the hook and ladder should be up there too, just because they almost executed it perfectly. They had everything set up perfectly, and you just threw it behind them. But you can't go against that Falcons meltdown.
That was awful. Yeah, like the hook and ladder, it was like, it's one of those plays like everyone tries it and always like sometimes it works to get tackled, whatever the hell the case is. But that onside kick recovery is such a routine playing football, and they stood around it like fucking hot potato, dude. It was insane.
It's actually crazy. Like, didn't the Falcons last year have like 3 consecutive onside kicks in one game that they recovered?
Yeah, I remember watching it too. I don't remember who they were playing, but it was on like Sunday night or it was like a night game. They recovered like 3 in a row or something like that.
So they've really turned around as a team. What player or team has surprised you the most? Most surprising performance?
Okay, so for performance, I went with the Week 1 Jaguars win over the Colts because I don't think anybody in the fucking world thought they were going to win. As big of a Jag fan as I am, I did not think they were going to win. And they fucking uppercutted Phillip Rivers, punched him in the nuts so he can't have any more kids. That surprised, I think, the whole league. Even, like I said, surprised me, who I predicted them to win, but that was just, to predict them to win. I didn't even have I didn't even have an argument for them to win other than Phillip Rivers is a fucking bitch. So that, to me, that was the most surprising performance so far, the first 4 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I actually took it through the whole first 4 weeks as a team. I think the Bills and Browns do need to get some respect because I don't think people had them expected to be this good. But I picked the Saints, man. They kind of just fell apart after that first.
Went the negative route.
Yeah, after the Week 1 beating of Tom Brady, they haven't been themselves. Apparently, Drew Brees can't throw anymore. That defense, they allowed like 4 touchdowns to the Lions this week. So I'm definitely surprisingly disappointed in the Saints. I thought they'd kill it. The next one is the most devastating injury.
Okay, for this one, I went with the Jets for keeping Adam Gase. I think that the injury and the insult to injury being added to the New York Jets fans there is at an all-time high. So I think adding Gase for the first 4 weeks is pretty tough on the Jets fans. So I'm going with that one.
Yeah, the Jets fans.
Yeah.
I went the conventional way on this one, and I think Michael Thomas. I think the reason the Saints are doing so bad offensively is because he's been out. So I'm giving it to him, even though he's going to come back. So hopefully that'll turn around. So number 9 on this list is the safety you would be most terrified of when running an in route. Okay. I guess this is the Darren Sharper hardest hit safety at a league.
The hardest
award.
hit safety league award. Okay, so for this one, I went with Harrison Smith, just because every single time I feel like I see that guy, he doesn't lead with anything other than his helmet, and he's constantly like, he's a big hitter, but also I feel like every single time I see him in a game or him in the highlights, he's putting his brain on the line and going at it. So I'm going with Harrison Smith.
He's definitely the craziest looking safety I've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I don't know. None of them really pop out at me. Ever since like Cam Chancellor left and like
Yeah.
Earl Thomas isn't really playing, it's hard to pick. But I think I actually watched like a highlight video of the hardest hits, and Keanu Neal is on there a lot, so I went with him. Although if this was on an out route and we were talking corners, last night's hit by Kyle Fuller was disgusting.
Yeah, Flora set that up.
Yeah,
Fucking. You know, speaking of that game, we didn't talk about it earlier, but my favorite part about these stupid fucking refs is whenever they bring that guy on the screen, like when you're watching it at home, they bring that head NFL bozo who's just like goes and explains like how it's not a penalty or goes and explains how it's not a fumble or how it's a catch, whatever the hell he gives his explanation, and he goes and talks about how the refs are the best thing to walk this fucking planet. And then the call on the field is always the complete fucking opposite of what that guy just said. So it's like, who the hell is right? Do we listen to you, Stessator, whatever the hell your goddamn name is, who just comes out with a suit talking about how he's never wrong? And then the guys on the field just do the opposite? Someone's not communicating here. I don't know.
yeah.
But I got off
I
topic.
mean, he's been out of the ref game for a while, so I don't know if I could really trust him.
I don't
Anyways,
trust any of those clowns that come up on there. They literally come up and just fucking. You'll see, like that play yesterday. I was like, oh, okay, that's a fumble. He definitely had it in his possession, took like 3 steps, big hit, jarred the ball loose, clear recovery, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes on talking about, oh, he's like counting his steps and doing all this random shit, talking physics. And then he goes on to say it was not. He goes, this is going to stay on the field for sure. There's not enough evidence. And the ref's like, yeah, definitely a fumble. And it's like
Yeah.
that happens all the time. And it's just super annoying. But I don't know how I even got on there. But screw those guys.
Yeah. Next up is the receiver you'd most want to crack back.
Oh, okay, so this one I went is probably the same one, but I went with Cole Beasley. I'm tired of that little fucking shit just squirming around in the middle of the field. Like somebody needs to fucking clothesline this guy. I don't get how it's every 3rd and 22 the one guy open is Cole Beasley all the time. So I'm tired of that guy. Somebody needs to crack back him. Not gonna be me. He'd definitely clothesline me if we ever saw each other face to face.
Yep.
So I'm just throwing it out there if anybody's listening.
For me, it's Cole Beasley's definitely up there, but I just want to crack back Odell Beckham one time, dude.
Okay, I
I
can see
can't.
that.
That guy pisses me
You got to
off.
be worried about his watch, though. You might hit that instead.
That's why I want to crack back him. Like I just want to wreck his watch or whatever jewelry he's got on.
Oh, for sure, man. I can see that one.
So next up is the player most likely to break your ankles.
Oh, so this one I had. He hasn't done this in a while, but I'm going with Ndamukong King Sue. He's been stepping on people's feet for quite some time. As of late, he hasn't done it. But if I'm worried that anybody's going to break my ankle, it's going to be Ndamukong King Sue by stepping on it.
Yeah. This actually came to mind because last night I was watching Allen Robinson and the dude's just like cooking people off the line and just you randomly see like videos if you follow a lot of like sports pages that show football. You randomly see videos of him just like breaking dudes' ankles off the line. So I went with Allen Robinson.
Yeah,
The main reason I even put this on there is because I saw a highlight video of him.
yeah, he's really good after the catch. If I am going to actually put one legit player, I'm going Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know why it didn't come to me, but yeah, Lamar Jackson. Next up is the player you'd be most terrified of as a quarterback.
So for me, I think I would do Aaron Donald. I think it's kind of like I guess just the easier logical answer. He looks like he'd snap your body in half, so I'm going Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I mean the guy tosses offensive lineman. He just like chucked Josh Allen the one play. He was like, I don't give a fuck if this is a horse collar or not, or if you're in a pocket or not. I'm just throwing you. So he's definitely fucking scary as fuck to be across. Khalil Mack last night too, throwing offensive linemen. Like threw Brady to the ground and just stood next to him. Was like, yeah, you know who this is.
Yeah, Khalil Mack was scary last night for sure.
I actually went with Jamal Adams, even though he's been out for a couple weeks. When he went up to Seattle, he's like, I just love the blitz, man. So if you're a quarterback, you're looking at where Jamal Adams is, and you're shitting your pants, I think.
I could see that. He's a hard hitter.
And the last one we got the player you'd want to be bros with the most.
Okay, so for this one is easy for me. I'm going Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
He's just super cool. He's just got like a really funny personality. Definitely looks like a guy you just hang with and shoot the shit with. So I'm going with Gardner on this one.
Yeah, I really wanted to pick him too, but since Blake Bortles is back in the league, I gotta pick Blake
Oh,
Bortles.
that's good. I forgot he was back in the league, man. He was the guy for quite some time in Jacksonville. Everyone wanted to hang out with. So I guess if one thing Jacksonville does right is just pick cool guys.
Yeah, the most swaggy dudes. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up our Baker's Dozen Awards. We should probably give like names for these. Yeah, well, we'll come up with something for next time we do these. We'll give them names.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for listening in to this clip of the Moose Bros podcast. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment below, and subscribe to this channel to see more clips just like this one. If you want to listen to the whole podcast, you can find us at Spotify or Apple Podcasts under Moose Bros Sports.